So you're a young kid and you're still trying to figure out how to make money, but you don't have that clear path yet. In this video, I'm going to show you guys exactly how to go from lost, distracted, and broke to find a focused skill and actually build real wealth. So stop blaming the system, like your family, school, or even the economy, and blame yourself. Wealth starts when you admit that it's your fault that you have no money. And that's the best news ever if you actually realize that. So you have to take responsibility if you want to have freedom. And again, I've mentioned this in previous videos, no one is coming to save you. You have to do it for yourself. So step one of realizing that you have no money and you need to make money is understanding that it's your fault. And yes, it's your fault now, but also whenever you make millions of dollars later, that's also from your actions and things that you have done. I think small wins are more important than big wins because small wins lead to that big win. So honestly, if you're able to make $1,000 from editing platform or sales or copywriting or marketing or content creation, that's great. But that $1,000 you can make can literally change the course of your life because you realize, like, hey, I made this not from working for someone else, but I made this $1,000 from myself, from my marketing, from my skill set. So I think there are many different, I guess, things you can get into. I always say to get into sales, but there's not really a right or wrong thing. It's just a matter of how hard you can work. But you need to take that step. Obviously, step one is admitting that you're responsible for not having money. But step two is, hey, what am I going to do to make that first couple $100 or that first $1,000? So find a hustle, whether it's sales, copywriting, editing, marketing, content creation, whatever it may be. And that's going to lead to dramatic success. So pick one, stick to it for at least 90 days and see where it takes you. Because one thing I have seen, and I'm sure you guys see this too, is there are so many different ways to make money. And what happens is someone starts with one thing, and then after a month, they're like, oh, I've made no money. Then they go to a different thing. And they just keep doing that over and over again, and they don't have much success. So the number one thing I'll tell you guys, especially when you're starting, is to niche down and have one specific thing you're doing every single day and get extremely good at that skill. And then once you get good at that skill, you could kind of generalize it more and bring more into that niche. But when you're starting, you don't want to overwhelm yourself because you already have a lack of experience. So why make it harder? Let's make it as easy as possible for you. So when you're getting started, you can actually have some sort of success. And again, you can probably eventually make $3,000 to $10,000 a month from any of these skills. Like it's not that difficult, but you have to start making, $100, then $500, and then $1,000. You have to work your way up. You're not just going to make $5,000 from a client immediately. That's just not how it works. Because why would a client want to pay you, or a potential customer pay you that much money for something you haven't even done before? You need to have experience. So being able to start from scratch and build your way up is like a hack to success, but it takes time. You can't just do it overnight. You need to use your experience and money you make from your business as leverage for more money. And basically what I'm saying is once you have some sort of success, pay for marketing, advertising. Getting your name or your product out there is everything. And if you want more sales, you have to promote. And again, that costs money. It's not free. And you are never, ever going to make thousands of dollars and millions of dollars unless you pay for either people to work under you, advertising, promotion, or other marketing stuff. Delay that pressure that you guys have because, again, it's tough. And I'm sure your family and friends are all like, oh, you made no money. Who cares what they tell you? It doesn't matter what they say because they don't see your vision. They are honestly right on day one or week one, like, yeah, you've made no money. But in 2 or 3 years from now, and if you're taking action every single day, they're going to be like, how can I do that? How can I make money with you? How can I do what you're doing, because right now I'm stuck in my job making $20 an hour and you're here making $1,000 a week on whatever niche you're doing. So you can't care about what people say or think about you, and you got to put your head down and work. Just because you make more money doesn't mean you have to spend it on things you don't need, like cars, jewelry, expensive clothing, and stuff like that. You don't need to do that. You need to reinvest in yourself and reinvest in your business and advertising and marketing. And you need to stay, you need to learn to stay broke while building money. Because if you're making $10,000 a month, that's a lot of money, yes, but that could easily go away really quick. So you have to make sure that you're doing the right things and you have a strategy once you hit certain thresholds of money you're intaking per month. Because obviously people do care about their appearance, but again, the richer you look, the poorer you probably are for the most part. Eventually that's not true, but when you're starting, I think that's 100% true, because people will spend money on tons of crazy things. And again, I get it, because like the temptations are there. You have some money, but what I would say is reinvest it a few times in yourself, and then a few years later, once you have more money, then you can start to spoil yourself a little bit. You need to surround yourself with killers, with people who are killing it and making tons of money. So whether you have friends who have the same mindset as you, or mentors, or even clients that you work with, a lot of those people are very smart and know exactly what they're doing. So you need to build a circle where money talk isn't awkward, because most people who are in the middle class in any country think that talking about money is inappropriate. But the most wealthy people talk about money on an hourly basis, on a daily basis. Like myself, I'm always on the phone working on business deals. That's what I do. I'm constantly talking about money. And it's different because most people kind of don't like to do that and they feel it's inappropriate. But if you want to be successful, talk more about money. And if you talk more about money, it's going to change a lot. Whether you want to start content creation and start a YouTube channel, or maybe a cold outreach email, or any sort of advertising, they're all going to suck. They're all going to suck, but it doesn't matter. Do it anyway, because the quicker you get yourself out there and the quicker you get consistent with your dreams, perfection's going to eventually, it's never going to come, but you're going to become more and more perfect as you go. And obviously you strive to have perfection. There's no such thing as perfection. There's always things you can improve on, but when you're consistent, it's going to make everything better for you. And it could take 3 months, 6 months, or a year, but you have to at least put a good amount of time into your dreams, and eventually it's going to pay off. So I hope you guys did take a lot out of this video. I think anything is possible. So if you want to make money, you can do it, but it's really, really hard and it's going to suck. But if you're willing to sacrifice months and years at the start, you're going to fail, but you're going to learn, and eventually you're going to have success and actually make a profitable business. Life will be on easy mode once you get there. Obviously, you'll still have your hurdles, you'll still have things you struggle on, but having that passive income coming in, it's an amazing, amazing feeling. So again, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much.